When we admit a patient to a health facility, or when we are registering a patient in a health facility, we are interested in the next of kin of that patient. We want to know who else we can contact in terms of an emergency. We need somebody to run an errand for us, somebody to provide some social support, someone to provide some financial support, even as we, the medical professionals, are taking care of the medical needs of the patient. Now, if there is an abled, healthy partner, we believe that that partner becomes the automatic next of kin. So there cannot be a spouse, there cannot be a wife, there cannot be a husband, and we are thinking the parents should be the next of kin. We are thinking the children should be the next of kin. We are thinking some siblings or brother or sister should be the next of kin. If there is a wife, there is a husband, we are not going to be thinking that a distant relative, a friend, an acquaintance, a colleague should be the next of kin. We are thinking that the partner should be the next of kin. So if a partner is sick, we expect the other partner should be the most troubled, should be the most affected, should be the most concerned, and should be the most involved in providing all the support, the social support, the financial support, and all the care that is needed to make sure that this partner recovers. That's why we talk about the fact that your spouse is so important that you don't take your spouse for granted. Even for parents that we believe that they give birth to us, they took care of us. The Bible talks about the fact that any man shall leave parents and get to be cling to the wife. It means that similarly a wife leaves the parents and gets united to the husband. Almost suggests that your spouse is no more the responsibility of his or her parents, let alone the responsibility of the sibling or a friend or a colleague or a distant relative. In addition to the fact that we believe that your spouse is the most affected when you are in trouble, is the most concerned when you are in trouble, should be the most involved when you are in trouble, we also believe that marriage is a unique relationship where we believe it's God's idea. It's a permanent arrangement, and the annulment is such a big deal. And so we hear things such as God says, I hate divorce, and what God has put together, no man should put asunder. We hear things such as the two have become one flesh. So it means that the marriage arrangement is kind of a unique kind of relationship. So the person that you are doing that marriage with is a very important person that you are supposed to appreciate and not take for granted. Now, at a minimum, we are expected to treat people well, to be concerned about the well-being of every human being, to be concerned about fighting threats to human well-being and promoting human well-being. And we are supposed to treat every human being well and respect the well-being of every human being. So what it means is that at a minimum, your spouse, if you are to treat your spouse like all other human beings, at a minimum, you are supposed to promote the well-being of your spouse and protect your spouse from evil. However, having said that, your spouse is unique in the sense of being the most affected when you are in trouble, the most concerned when you are in trouble, the most bereaved when you are deceased, the most affected when you are sick. It means that if there's anything beyond being good to a human being, your spouse deserves even that too.